What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Moms Off the Clock podcast. I'm your host and fellow mama friend, Deirdre Brannick. This podcast is dedicated to the moms who need a break to just talk, laugh, feel encouraged, and to examine what we are collectively facing as mothers, society's standards, and exhaustion. You are not alone. It is a pleasure having you all join me in my conversation about motherhood. Welcome to the new moms and welcome back to the OG moms who have been rocking with me since the earlier episodes. I'm so glad you all are here. Let's go ahead and get started because let's be honest, mom breaks are not that long. And honestly, I don't think this one's going to be too long, but it is going to be fun. So I'm super excited. Before we get into our episode and topic, I first want to tell you all to please connect with me on my social media. Our Instagram has changed to the Moms Off the Clock Pod, POD. So Moms Off the Clock, POD. Okay. And our Facebook is the same. It's Moms Off the Clock, just the way it's written on this podcast. If there are any topics you'd like me to talk about, or even if you'd like to give feedback or support or donate, or your establishment would like to sponsor Moms Off the Clock, my email will always be in the description of every episode. Okay? Go there. It's on YouTube. We're on YouTube. I wore my I Wish a Weapon Would hat today because I wish a weapon would, okay? No weapon formed against me will prosper. What will it do? I know what it won't. It won't prosper. Period. Okay? And that's on who? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Okay. Anyway. Also, please remember to write a review on Apple Podcasts or rate the show there or on Spotify. And if you leave a review, I will shout you out on the episode during this announcement portion. Okay. I had an announcement that I was going to tell you all about something big that I have been planning and working on. But I've really been listening to the voice of God and listening to the Holy Spirit to tell me what I need to do. And he's like, not right now, not right now. So ladies, I'm so sorry, but not right now because I feel like he's still working on something. But let me tell you something real quick before we get into this episode. I don't know if I've told you about the car accident that I was in and I had to get a new car, which by the grace of God it was everything I wanted. All the bells, whistles, color, rims, everything. It was everything that I wanted. But I feel like, and I'm going to say this again, I don't know if I said it on another episode, but I feel as if God gave me this car because of what I'm about to do and what I'm about to plant. And I need to have a resourceful means of transportation and honestly style. Okay. I feel like God is like, if you want luxury, I'll give you that. If you want this, I'll give you that. When you are faithful, I'll give you anything. And don't be afraid to ask God that you want something that will get you to and from, but take care of what you have already. Okay. The reason why I do have that nice car that I have now, I had the other car I had before I got into an accident for 8 years. And that car was getting a little beat up. But one thing that you couldn't tell me is that my car wasn't clean, even with the toddler, even with the baby. I made sure I kept my car clean because, honey, I was going to take care of what God gave me. But now I feel like all that happened during the last week of my fasting, and I was asking God to show me what He was going to have for me in 2024. And I got in an accident. I walked away with not a scratch, not a bruise, not a broken bone, not anything. But I did walk away from that with a new car. I don't know. I feel as if God is up to something. That's all I'm going to say. I feel it. And if you feel that too, let me know. Let me know if you've been feeling that too. Have you been feeling like God is up to something and He is like, I'm shifting your mindset? Lately, He's been having me very strategic in how I maneuver life and how I maneuver the purpose and the dream that I have. He's like, every footstep needs to be in order. Every footstep needs to be given to me. Every footstep you need to run by me, which way you're going to go. You need to be strategic in how you plant your footsteps. I mean, I just been hearing strategy, service, peace, strategy, service, peace. So if there is something that you're trying to put out and you're like, I don't know if I should do it. If you don't have a strategy for it, or God is telling you strategy, you need to build strategy for it, do that. Build that strategy for your next steps, because this is not the year where you're going to be lollygagging. Okay, yeah, I said lollygagging. Lollygagging or just being all willy-nilly with the goals and the personal goals and the business and whatever else you're trying to plant. It's not that year. You're going to be strategic, you're going to have peace about it, and you're going to watch it prosper. That's it. That's all. Oh, okay. My phone must have said that is it. That's all. Okay. Okay, so let's get into this. Today we're going to be on episode 52, and today I'm talking 20 ins and outs for motherhood in 2024. 20 ins and outs for motherhood in 2024. And I'm super excited about this one. This one's going to be really a little fun and also educational and also resourceful and also motivational and also empowering. So get ready, do some reflection, maybe write some things down, and let's get into it. Okay. But if you're listening, you know what to do. Okay. Clock out and grab your wine, juice, water for the fitness moms, or coffee for the go-to moms. And let's talk motherhood. I have a nice LaCroix. Shout out to LaCroix for this. This is not one of my favorites, but it'll do. I was like, I'm gonna take it. Is this a promo shot? Is this what we're doing? I don't know, but we're going to go ahead and say this is LaCroix's um, lemon cello. It's okay. It's okay. Maybe I'll try new ones on the show. Tell you how much I like them. Do a little review, right? And maybe I'll do new coffees every time too. Since I say clock out, grab your wine, juice, water for the fitness moms, or coffee for the go-to moms. Maybe I'll have a new beverage every time I sit down. How about that? Let's sip a little. Oh, that's good. That's kind of good. It's growing on me. It's growing on me. I like the pomegranate, but nonetheless, let's get into it. All right. This week's affirmation is going to be: I am no longer overworking myself this year. I will partake in rest. I'm going to say it one more time. I am no longer overworking myself this year. I will partake in rest. All right, so let's get into it. We're going to talk about the ends first. Okay, let's talk about the ends. The first end, prioritizing your self-care. Okay, 10 ends. The first one is prioritize your self-care. Make time for activities that bring you joy and relaxation, whether it's reading, exercising, or taking a quiet bath, or dimming the lights and taking a nice shower. I don't know if you've ever taken a shower with the lights dim, but that's kind of, wow, it's a vibe. Okay. So I really think that we should prioritize our self-care. Maybe that's making appointments for a massage. Maybe that's making an appointment for doing your nails or doing your own nails if you enjoy that. That stresses me out a little bit. So that's not one of my self-care things, but making the appointment to get my nails done. Now we're talking, right? So make some time for your self-care. That's an in. All right. Another in. Number 2, setting boundaries. Wow. Okay. Establish clear boundaries to protect your personal time and avoid overcommitting. Sometimes we say yes too fast. Sometimes we say yes too fast. We don't even look at our calendar. Oh yeah, I'll do it. I don't know. I don't know if I have enough time, but yeah, I'll do it. You're overcommitting. You're not even checking your calendar, sis. Check that calendar. If you don't check that calendar to see if you can do it, don't commit. Start saying, let me check my calendar. I don't care how bougie you might think you're sounding. Let me check my calendar. Yes, I'm that busy. Yes, I'm that special. Yes, I believe in myself that much that I have a nice calendar that I'm going off of. And if it doesn't align, I can't do it for you. So don't overcommit, and also learn to say no. Set those boundaries clear, cut. No is no. Okay. All right. Number 3 is another in. Ask for help. Ask for help. Do not hesitate to seek support from family, friends, or a childcare service to lighten your workload. Or hear me out. Come closer. I like that guy. He's so funny. But come closer. Listen, even finding someone to clean your home, you might think that's a luxury. That might be a necessity for you this year. If you can afford it, maybe once a month, have someone come in and clean your home for you. So that way you can leave your home with your kid or your children, right? For a few hours, go have a fun time. And then they're going to be tired. This is what I actually do. When we were in Florida, this is what I actually did. I would take my little one. spend the entire day with her, knowing that she's going to be tired by the time we get home. And when I get home, I'm going to come in. I'm going to walk into a home that smells so refreshing and good and just clean. That's Pine Sol, baby. And I'm going to put her down for a nap and enjoy my house being clean and not have to do anything else but enjoy the comfort of my home. So if you can afford that luxury, and that is maybe it's a necessity, right? Ask for help, find someone to help clean your home, or find a laundry service. If that laundry is piling up and you're not folding but you're washing, or you're not washing but you're folding, you need some help. Maybe have a friend party, ask them to come over, help you clean it up, get your laundry together, or find a service that does it all in one. It might be a little more expensive, but listen, if it's going to help you, maybe you can budget it out. Okay, sit down with your finances, see what you can afford that can help lighten something in your workload. Look at that. Okay, ask for help. Ask for help. Number 4 of another N for 2024 for motherhood: practice mindfulness. Incorporate mindfulness techniques into your routine to reduce stress and stay present in the moment. Journaling. I have something I am working on for the moms off the clock, so stay tuned for that. But journaling, writing out your thoughts, finding some prompts to just write out some things. I know sometimes it's good to just find a prompt or have a prompt a month, a writing prompt a month, to be like, it might say, what are 3 things that you're grateful for? What are 3 things that happened to you in life that made you who you are? And you write it out. Those are things that help you reflect, like, wow, I really am growing. That's pretty awesome. I can see this, and now it's written out. Now I have that, you know? So remember those things are so amazing to have and to practice mindfulness, because you need to be present. Don't be so worried about the future. Just be present, journal, pray, wake up in the morning, settle yourself, plant your feet on the ground, plant your feet, plant your body, be calm, and be present. That is another form of mindfulness. Okay. Number 5, celebrate achievements. Celebrate those achievements. Acknowledge and celebrate both small and significant personal achievements, reinforcing a sense of accomplishment. Progress, big or small, is still progress. I always say it's not about perfection. It's not about being perfect. It's about being progressive. So there is a time where we need to clap for ourselves. If you worked out for 2 weeks, for 3 days, for 2 weeks, I think you need to clap for yourself, because you couldn't, you maybe you wouldn't have done it at all if you weren't motivated. If you worked out one time out of the week and that was more than you did last week, so be it. But clap for yourself, because that keeps you motivated to say, maybe I can do this again, right? Clap for yourself if you're taking classes right now, if you're in education right now and you're listening to this and you're trying to enhance your higher education, right? If you are getting through those classes and you're trying your best and you came out with the B and you wanted an A, but you came out with the B, celebrate that you passed. Celebrate that you passed. That's what we need to celebrate, that you passed. Don't always look at, I could have done better. I could have done. If it says passing, honey, take that W, that win, and keep on moving. Okay? Celebrate those wins. Don't beat yourself up. Okay? Celebrate them. Number 6, nurture hobbies. Dedicate time to hobbies and interests that bring you fulfillment and a sense of purpose beyond motherhood. And we've been talking about that for a few weeks now. Find something that you can dive into that just takes your mind off of the thick of motherhood. When they're going to bed, when you have a little downtime to yourself, don't be in a rush to just go run and clean up and do this. Take some time to do something that brings you joy, that brings you happiness. If that's playing a game on your phone, if that's playing video games, if that's watching a new show, if that's making your favorite food, do something that brings you fulfillment. Find a hobby that you can get lost in. Maybe that's a good book, maybe that's crocheting. Maybe that's creating t-shirts or something like that. You can even turn that into a side hustle. Okay. So nurture your hobbies outside and beyond motherhood, because you still matter individually as well. Okay. Number 7, establish a support system. Surround yourself with a supportive network of friends or fellow mothers who understand and share similar experiences. There's nothing like being understood. I would also say that this podcast is a great place to find support because I am a mother. I know things. I'm not saying I know everything, but I have gone through things that you probably have gone through as well. And you find support in that. And I think that you having other mommy friends that are in proximity very close, I'm with you, but virtually. So we're like holding hands, but like virtually, right? But having someone in your support system to say, you know what, you're not wrong for being overwhelmed. Do you need a little help? Do you need 8 minutes for me to talk with you? I read a study that said you only need 8 minutes to talk with someone to allow you to feel more rejuvenated. So even asking someone, do you have just 10 minutes? Do you have the capacity, first of all, to listen to me for just 10 minutes? Having that support system and needing that support system is a necessity to your mental health and to your physical health as well. So having a support system and dedicated friends who will listen to you and understand you and validate you, that is wonderful. And also knowing that I love you and I am part of your support system too. I can't hug you, I can't be there, but I pray that these words touch you in the right way possible. And it just really blesses your spirit. I really do hope that, okay? Number 8, learn to say no. Understand your limits. This goes back to setting boundaries. But number 8, learn to say no, understand your limits, and be willing to decline additional responsibilities when necessary to protect your well being. This goes back to let me check my calendar. Oh, I've checked it. I can't do it. Oh, I've checked that. I can't do it. Oh, that's on Wednesday at 7. Yeah, I can't do that. Can't do that. And try not to have guilt when you say no, because you saying no is not you pushing people out, but pulling yourself back in to know that you still matter and your time still matters and you are trying your best to be there for people while you have good intentions. Physically, you cannot do everything. Okay. So remember, learn to say no. Okay. Number 9, delegate responsibilities. Share tasks and responsibilities with your partner or spouse or your children and foster a sense of shared responsibility in the household. You cannot do everything. And I know, listen, stay at home moms, this one's for you. That husband needs to help too. That husband, hello, is this Michael one? That husband needs to help too. We cannot do everything. Stay at home moms, you are wonderful working women. And if anyone ever belittles you to say you're just a stay at home mom, tell them you do it for a week and you try it. Because let me tell you something. I was a stay at home mom. One of the most challenging but yet amazing jobs of my life. Stay at home moms, you got to have the willpower, you got to have the brain power, you got to have motivation. You got to now talk about a support system. You have to have that. And so sometimes people think, well, if they're a stay-at-home mom, they can do everything. Let me tell you something. They can't. We can't. There were times where I was telling my husband, I can't do all these chores. Like it's just not happening. I felt like since I'm a stay-at-home mom, I have to get everything done. Absolutely not. Those men, they can help you too. Come on in. Come on in the room, man. You can help too, because we cannot do it all, even if we are stay-at-home moms, because you know why? We're at home taking care of those kids. And let me tell you something, that's a job all by itself. Okay. So listen, delegate those responsibilities. And if you had children who are even old enough to have chores, delegate that. Get over here and do these dishes. Gentle parenter, please get over here and do these dishes like I asked. You have two options. Either you do the dishes or you do those dishes. Gentle parenting. Was that gentle enough? I'm trying. I'm trying. I am, believe it or not, I am a gentle parenter, but sometimes, goodness gracious, goodness gracious. I'm trying to negotiate with the toddler. It's like trying to negotiate with the bank robber. Like they're not really listening to you. They want you to do as they say. Like I love my kid. Shout out to my baby. But listen, negotiating with her, I'm like, why am I negotiating with a 2-year-old? But I'm trying to gentle parent. So nonetheless, let's move forward. Okay, delegate those responsibilities. All right. You can't do everything. Number 10, reflect regularly. Take time for self-reflection to better understand your needs, desires, and areas of for growth, your personal growth regularly. I feel like that is a word, but I'm going to say that. Check in, okay? Check in with yourself to see how you're doing. If you are being stunted in your growth, what is stunting you? Who is stunting you? What things do you need to work on? What things do you need to cut back? What things do you need to pour more into? What things need to pour into you? What person needs to pour into you? What therapy is needed? I'm always going to advocate for therapy. I'm always going to advocate for that because we need it. Okay. That's a resourceful tool. We need Jesus and we need some therapy. Okay. And he wouldn't create these wonderful people to learn and help if it wasn't designed by him. That's what I truly think. I feel like he created people in this world to help us. So if you're like, no, I got Jesus. Yes, you do. But if you have a broken leg, you go to the doctor to help you fix it. If you have trauma, you need to go to someone to help you walk through that and then have God along with that. You don't have to eliminate prayer to go to therapy. You don't have to eliminate God and go to therapy. You can go to both simultaneously, praying and therapy. Okay. You could be praying in therapy if you find the right therapist. Okay. I'm just saying, go to therapy if you need it. All right. Let's talk about the outs. Let's talk about the outs. Okay. 11. So this is number 11, but this is the first out. So I'm going to say number one. Number one out. Avoid perfectionism. Avoid perfectionism. Release the need for perfection and embrace the idea that it's okay not to have everything under control all the time. Okay. Avoid perfectionism. Number two of the out, say no to mom guilt. Recognize that taking time for yourself doesn't make you a bad mom. It's a vital aspect of maintaining your mental and your emotional well being. You need that time. Okay. I know mom guilt might creep up on that shoulder and get in your ear. You're a terrible mom. They hate you. You'll never be nothing. They'll never know. Don't listen to that. Okay. Just say, I'm going to go get some time for myself so that I can come back and be a better mom. Okay. Because I know that I'm a good mom. I just need to make sure I'm taking care of myself so I can be around to see my kid grow into the person that I am trying to nurture them to be. All right. And want them to be or hope for them to be. Right. Because they're their own person. But you want to be around to see that. In order to do that, you have to take care of your health. Am I right? I am. Okay, next. Number 3 for the outs, comparisons. Avoid comparing yourself to other mothers or societal expectations. Everyone's journey is unique. Stop letting these Instagram moms ruin your self-esteem. Stop letting these Instagram moms listen. That they cleaned that room up before they shot that video. Okay? Go watch a clean with me video on YouTube, and you will see that these moms that you glorify and you are like, oh my God, they're just so clean. Look at the house before they cleaned it up. Okay. Everyone will film in a nice, well kept room. Don't let that ruin your self-esteem as a mother. Don't compare yourself. Okay. They clean that up for that shot. Okay. Their house was a mess. They have a toddler too. They get it. All right. So don't compare yourself. And don't compare your journey, even if you're like, I should be further along. I should be this. I should be that. Your pace is your pace. Your life is your life. That's it. That's all. All right. Number 4 is the out. Neglecting your physical health. Woo, that's a big one, right? We need to make sure that we prioritize our physical well being through regular exercise, a balanced diet, and sufficient sleep. Now, whoo, child, sufficient sleep. Now, I don't know about you, but I haven't I haven't really slept a full night since I had my baby. But what I have been learning is the orange glasses that you put on to sleep. I'll try and link that in the description. The orange glasses, they're like orange blocking or something like that, or orange glasses. I put those on and they help me fall asleep at night. And you're supposed to keep them on if you're scrolling on your phone like an hour before bed. You're supposed to put the glasses on and then scroll. Don't take them off before you go to sleep. Just keep them on. Close out of those apps, put the phone down, then take your glasses off when you find yourself getting sleepy. If you take those glasses off, your brain's going to wake up again because of the light. All right. I got that because I am seeing a nutritionist. I am trying to better my health in 2024 and the rest of my life. Okay. Before I had my baby, I was pretty good with my physical health. I had lost a ton of weight. I did really good with my eating. But then after baby, I had postpartum depression. I am still trying to embrace my mom bod. And it's an episode dedicated to mom bod. One of my first episodes. It's in like 1 through 10 of the episodes where we talk about mom bod and embracing that. And it's hard. It really is. It's very hard. So don't neglect your physical health. If you want to walk more, just peacefully go walking. Don't think about I'm walking to lose weight. Think about I'm walking because it makes me feel good to get some fresh air outside. Or I'm walking, I'm going to put my show on while I walk so that I'm not in my head, you know? So think about that. That's a good way to prioritize your health, and I will link those glasses in the description below so that maybe you all can check it out too. Okay. Number 5 of the outs: ignoring your emotional needs. Address your emotional needs and seek professional help if necessary. We're calling up the therapist this year. We're going to get better help in the room. Okay, better help. Hello. We're going to get them in there because you all need something. I know some of you all say I can't go. I can't physically be there. BetterHelp is a virtual platform for therapists to meet you in your home. Right. And when I say meet you in your home, it's a virtual. That's what I mean. Not come in your home. I mean, like, pull up the link, pull up your laptop or on your phone, and then meet with that person. Set your phone up, be in a room where you feel is secure. And when no one is around listening to your business, and meet with that therapist, we are no longer neglecting our emotional needs. And we're going to make sure that we are looking out for our mental health. And this year, I'm really going to hone in on your mental health and making sure that you're checking in so that you're not overwhelming yourself, overworking yourself, and feeling as if you are deteriorating as a mother and hitting burnout. Okay, so this year I'm really going to touch on that and get into that social work aspect. So because I am a social worker. All right. So I enjoy what I do and I love advocating for everyone that I work for. But for right now, I advocate for the moms. All right. I love y'all. Okay. Next, number 6, isolation. Do not isolate yourself anymore. Connect with others and share your experience to reduce feelings of loneliness. Sometimes we find ourselves isolating. I don't really want to go out. I don't really like that mom. She was annoying. But even if the mom was annoying, try again, right? Let them know, like, I'm a little overwhelmed. This might be their first time too. Maybe they're a little nervous and they don't know what to say. Maybe they're just a little overwhelmed, or maybe they're introverted, maybe they're extroverted, and it's a lot for you. Tell them, don't just isolate yourself, and look for community groups, look for support systems in place. It's there, but you have to look for it, and do not isolate yourself. It's not good for man to be alone. That's a scripture. That's a scripture. Okay. Anyway, the next one, number 7 of the outs: ignoring personal goals. Make a conscious effort to pursue and achieve personal goals, maintaining a sense of identity beyond motherhood. What did we talk about in episode 50? Or 51, personal goals, finding a balance in motherhood and your personal goals, because your personal goals still matter. You're still a human with a purpose, and your child is still a human with a purpose. In order for your child to excel in their purpose, you are their first teacher. You are their first teacher. What are you teaching them? Are you teaching them to make time for themselves? Are you teaching them to put their goals and their dreams and what they really want to do on the back burner? Because life's and it takes over and it overwhelms you. Do you want to teach them that? If you don't, then start prioritizing your personal goals and finding balance through motherhood, and still getting back to you, or getting to the new you, because she's waiting. She's waiting on you. All right. Number 8, we're gonna stop overloading our schedule. Resist the temptation to overload your schedule with activities and leave room for intentional relaxation and spontaneity. So here's the thing. Stop saying, "Oh, I think I'll get self-care in this time. I think so." You need to start penciling it in. If you need to put an alarm on that phone, honey, 15 minutes starting now. Beep. Starting now, you need to make sure that you are intentional with your schedule for having self-care, and penciling in something for you it feels good to know that you did something for you. It feels good to know that you worked hard and now you're going to play hard. You know what I'm saying? So don't overwhelm and overload your schedule that you don't have room to cater to you. If you're helping everyone else in their dream, and if you're working a job where you're working 9 to 5 or 8 to 4, or 7 to 3, whatever you're working, and you're pointing to everyone else's dreams, and you come home and you don't even have time for yourself, you're doing a disservice to yourself. You're doing a disservice to yourself. So wake up, stand up, and don't overload your schedule anymore. Okay. All right. So, number 9, we're getting to the last of the outs. Number 9, we're going to stop neglecting relationships. Nurture your relationships with your partners, your friends, and family to ensure a strong support system. Go on that date night, find that babysitter. I know you might be a little scared. You're like, I don't know. I don't trust everybody with my kid. Then find a platform that runs background checks on the babysitters or the nannies and allow someone to assist you. There is someone out there that is getting paid to make sure that you nurture yourself, and there's someone out there that you will pay that loves children and will give you time to get a break, or you and your spouse a break. It's people out there, trustworthy people. I know that sometimes I'm not going to lie. It's easy for us to say things such as like, have you seen the news? Like people that daycare beat that kid. Oh, I'm going to jail. It's easy for us to make that. I've made that comment because I will, for my kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? I understand that. But if we focus on the negative things that we see, we can't move forward and nurture the relationships that we have. If we stay in that mindset, we'll never go out with our friends again. We'll never have date nights because we think that our kids always have to be with us. I was that mom, okay? And then I found Zuri, shout out to Zuri, and I found Brooklyn, shout out to Brooklyn here. And they are awesome. They're amazing. And it has allowed my husband and I to connect away from being parents. That's awesome. We need that. That's a necessity, right? And also, when I was in Florida and I had Zuri, shout out to Zuri, when I had Zuri with me, when she was here and she would come in when my husband was on longer TDYs or deployments, she would come in and there would be days that I was like, I just need a time to myself. And she would come in, and Zuri was amazing. If you got to get you a Zuri, wherever she is, I hope that she's doing well. But I remember I was having one of the hardest days. I came home and Zuri had cleaned my dishes for me. I wasn't paying her to clean my dishes. I was just paying her to watch my child. But that act of empathy, excuse me, I'm not crying. I had something in my throat. That act of empathy was truly something I needed. But I also needed that time to step away and know that my kid was safe with Zuri because she loved Layla. And I was like, you know what? I'm grateful that we have her, so I'm grateful for that. So don't neglect relationships. Just make time for your people and for your support system, and get a babysitter or a nanny. You cannot do it all on your own. Okay. I know you're a little nervous, mama, but there are platforms that will do background checks on babysitters for you. Okay. Or a lot of word of mouth. Even if you have someone that has a great babysitter, really grill them. Like, okay, like, is she really great? Tell me everything she does. Is she CPR trained? Do what you need to do, but make sure you're putting that in place so you get time with your partner and your spouse. All right. The last out is, the last out, number 20 or number 10 of the outs. We're going to stop not communicating our needs. We're going to stop doing that. We're going to clearly communicate our needs to our partner, friends, and family and friends, and we're going to foster understanding and collaboration. We're going to stop saying they didn't know, they should have known. No, they shouldn't have. We don't read minds. You don't read minds and they don't read minds. So no, they shouldn't have. You should have communicated effectively of what you needed, and stop being afraid to communicate what you need. Well, they should just know what I need. I just had a baby. They should know that I need some help. They probably don't know. Maybe they're trying to give you space, right? Or maybe they have something going on in their lives. You never know. But if you communicate, I need some help. Okay, at least you can say you tried. Now, if they don't do it, then you know that they don't really care and they're not willing to help you. But you cannot expect people to read your minds. That goes with family, that goes with friends, that goes with your partner and spouse. He can't read your mind, honey. Tell them what you need. And then foster some type of communication and let them know. This is for your spouses out here. Let them know you both are not the enemy. Okay? You just might be stressed about something. If you're snappy at each other, maybe you need some sleep, or maybe you guys need some time apart, which goes back to hiring a babysitter. All right. And doing that background check to make sure you can trust that babysitter. Okay. But those are our 20 ins and outs for 2024 for motherhood. And I just want you to know that this might be a little hard to hear, and this probably was a long list, but listen, I hope you were writing them down. I hope you can get something from it. I hope you gain some knowledge and some inspiration from this, because we're not going to do the same things that we used to do in the past. That is bye-bye. All right? We're not doing that. It's out. It's not in, okay? It's out. All right? So we're going to make sure that we are utilizing this ins and outs list, and we're going to make sure that we are doing the things that we need to do to take care of ourselves, give ourselves self-care, fight that mom guilt. I know it's hard, but fight back. And I hope that you continue to radiate in your motherhood. I hope you enjoyed this February series. This is so much fun. I enjoyed it, and I can't wait to tell you what we have planned for March. But we're going to close this February out strong. You all are smart, intelligent, wonderful, grace-giving, knowledgeable, resourceful, divine mothers. And you can do this. You can do hard things. Motherhood is hard, but you're doing it. You're killing it. You're crushing it. And just know that as you get ready to clock back in, mama, know that you're doing your best. Okay. It's not about being perfect. What is it about? It's about being progressive. All right. Until next time, mamas, see you soon. And let me go check on my baby. All right. Bye.